Good morning once again. First, let me recognize the presence of the first Vice President, Mr. Bakary K. Jammeh, who is also the chairman of the Finance Committee, Head of Administration and Finance at the GFF, man of so many portfolio, project manager, and also Vice President of Real de Banjul. Next to Bakary is Jay. Jay also is the president of the Women Football Association and EXCO member, but also a member representing women football in the EXCO. Pasamba, our big brother here, is also an EXCO member for KM Regional Football, representing KM Regional Football Association in the GFF executive, also a vice president of Real de Banjul Football Club. And of course, my colleagues, the staff of the Gambia Football Federation, Mr. Babukar Kamara and his team, presidents and members of executive of all the allied association present here today. This is another, I said, I think a few days ago, that GFF is known for first of its kind. I can be a witness to that, or I can say that because I've witnessed it from 2018 to now. Since I joined as General Secretary, I've presided over a lot of events that were first of their kind, which means this is historic. I remember when I was in the GFF then in the 2001, 2004, 5, 6, me and Kemo, I think we had only two departments. You have the finance department and admin. Today we have all the departments in a football, a standard football setup. In fact, when FIFA came here, I remember Infantino said to my boss, Lamin Kababajo, your setup is just like FIFA. Today, it is not just about our administration, but we are now witnessing another groundbreaking, a momentous moment in our history, that we are giving DEX offices to all the allied associations. This is a remarkable achievement by the Kabar-led executive. And this again is a deliberate action. This is not just, it didn't just happen like that. It was a promise made by this executive that, you know, all the allied associations will be housed in the football house, but not just providing them with a desk, but also with the materials to be able to do their work, which is laptops. I'm not going to go into details, just to give you the background. Of course, Mr. Bakary Jammeh will be representing the president here. He will do the official handing over, and he will go into detail to explain to you. These are all part of this strategic direction, or the strategic development plan. We call it National Football Development Plan of the GFF. And as he would say, I borrow his word, accelerated growth and development in all aspects of football. And this is one of that today. So without much ado, I'll pass the baton on to, we don't intend to make it a long program, batting on to Mr. Jammeh to make a remark and do the official handing over. We would also, maybe if the allied association yourselves can identify someone, maybe coaches or referees to make a remark, if you like a vote of thanks, and that would be it. It's purely for today, and congratulations to my bosses. And then, without much ado, Mr. Vice President.
I can go ahead. Thank you very much, Mr. General Secretary. Good morning to you, presidents of the allied associations of the Gambia Football Federation, the Players Association, School Football Association, Referees Association, coaches, and the women's football. And welcome to your office. I would like to recognize the presence of my colleague, Seinabu Cham, and my colleague, Pa Yusufa Samba, Executive Committee members of the Gambia Football Federation, General Secretary and staff here present. Like you rightly said, this is a very short ceremony. But first, let me extend the apology of the President of the GFF, Lamin Kababajo, who would like to be with us today, but unfortunately, he had an extended meeting with the Honorable Minister regarding the planning of our next international matches. So that meeting overran, and we don't want to keep you guys here. So that is why I'm standing in for him. I would like to thank very much to members of the press who are here present for coming to honor our invitation at a very short notice. Like the General Secretary has said, this is something that we need to do in line with the National Football Development Plan. The Gambia Football Federation is actually made up of three distinct membership, the clubs, of course, and the allied associations and the regional football associations. These are the three primary stakeholders of football in the country. This GFF Executive Committee, since we came in, we want to develop everybody together, not only one going on, supported by an administration that is robust, that is knowledgeable, that is aligned with the development of football in the Gambia. I want to underline the word in the Gambia because we are all aware of the gaps. Allied associations, as their names imply, plays a very key and pivotal role. That is why one of the main tools that we use for them is capacity building. I think two of these allied associations can pride of themselves of significant successes in that area, which is the Coaches Association. Month in, year after, we develop and implement coach education programs. Also, we all see the number of effort that's been done in the side of the referees area. School football has returned back to the Gambia, and with the leadership of President Ismaila Cisse of the School Football Association, we are now annually, going to develop various products within that area and also do the school football program. Luckily, this year as well, we have entered in the continental school football program, being championed by the new president of CAF, and this program is going to start soon. The Players Association have taken their rightful place in looking after the welfare of the players, and being here today will offer us all the opportunity to actually support them even actually further. I left the best for the last, which is the Women Football Association. Women football. Women football has registered significant growth in the country since this administration came into being. Not only that, women football has shattered the glass ceiling. It's no more a taboo for girls and women to play football in the country. But women football is now played all over the country, and we have now a number of categories of national teams that are competing, and even more importantly, the dreams of every footballer is being realized in women football by our ladies turning professionals and leaving our shores to go and play in bigger leagues across the world. I think, Jay, we are very proud of your work. Coming back to the ceremony today, it is to ensure that all the allied associations are physically present within the GFF administration, so that not only they are provided with a mother's office. I know the surroundings is not the best, however, but it's a beginning of a long journey, in which case they have an office facility with a space, and also everybody is provided with a computer, and now we can fully use the facilities of the administration. So all the other departments, the referees department is actually here, the grassroots football department, the competition department, etc. So you can plan your work, and then you don't have to travel very far to meet the General Secretary and the staff in the support of your various programs. I mean, you are all together. You're welcome. I mean, you have even more rights to this building than the staff, because the staffs are your employees. You are the ones that makes the strategic directions, and we are bound to follow that. I can assure you that. I do not want to bore you with a very long speech, but this is what this current GFF administration is all about. We are only interested in laying a very strong foundation so that future administrations will actually build on that. And I think this is one step to realize actually that. I wish you all the best in the new setup, and I can assure you of the support of the Executive Committee. I can speak on behalf of the General Secretary and the staff that you are at home, and together we take Gambia football forward, the accelerated development of all aspects of football. Thank you very much for your kind attention.
Just to emphasize the second to last statement he made, you can feel at home. And like he said, the unique thing is, except for the coaches association, we have the technical department now, but all the other associations have a link directly to the administration in case you need help. But that doesn't mean, Matar, you will not get help. You know you will. So yeah, but I would rather call now Matar before we do the presentation, because after the presentation, okay, probably you want to speak to them and find out how they feel. But Matar to give an official statement, a vote of thanks, which they wanted to deliver they themselves. Yeah.
President GFF, Bakri Jame, Executive Member, President of KM Football Association, both former employees of mine as well, from Riyadh Banjul, Pa Samba, President of Women's Football Association, Jane Wucham, and also Executive Member, my fellow Allied Association members, fellow football stakeholders, General Secretary Lamin M. Jassy. It's a pleasure to be here. I think the speeches that have followed me have said it all. In terms of, I always try to explain that as an allied association, the name is implicit. It means we are allies to the GFF. It's not us and them. It's we, in fact. And the fact that we are now housed in the same offices, the same location as GFF, I don't think it can get any more clearer than that all our objectives, all our wishes and dreams in football should all be interlined. And I really do think that this office, in fact, I don't want to say too much, but this one should be the most busy office that you have here in the Federation, in fact, because you have all the allied associations, you have every stream, coaches, players, schools football, women's football, and referees, all in one place. So it's even a place where you'll be able to share ideas as well. I explained to my coaches that as the executive officers, my general secretary is here and my auditor, that they're the ones that own the desk. As the president, I should not be coming here and sitting on the desk. They should be the ones to be executing everything that we need. And I think if everybody looks at the positive initiative and shares ideas, it's football house. We should be speaking about football matters, and everybody should be looking for the best of football in the Gambia. And I just want to end on a big thanks as well to the GFA President, Lamin Kamabaja, who couldn't join us today, all your executive members as well, the entire ESCO, as I said, football fraternity at large, the Gambia Football Federation staff. Thanks so much, and look forward to continuing our strong partnership in the future. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So you have to set your cameras ready. The Vice President and the ESCO will go around, starting from the Coaches Association, and we'll hand over the... A brand new laptop. Yes, Mr. Leite. Yes.